This is Mr. and what I have for you today is a 7 ZAP Earthquake LALO. If you've seen it already in update sort of info, clashing in Legends Leagues or something, this is a war attack. So used in the real live world. Let's dive in, have a couple of looks at it, see what we can learn. Obviously the technique is you're going to use 7 ZAPs and an Earthquake to take out the CC, hopefully maybe a scatter shot or the Queen or something else. In this case, we're waiting for the Queen to path around, and once she comes over here, we're going to zap between, well, once she takes that next step, there we go. Zap's down, Queen's down. I think that was an Expo, I can't remember, that was the Queen's pad. Earthquake then placed over on this side just to weaken these items up a little bit more. So unfortunately the Queen was on the other side of the CC compared to the scatter shot, so choosing which one to take out the Queen because she can be very detrimental to your attacks. Okay, funneling in on this left hand side to take out that air defense, and coming in on this right hand side with the Ice Golem, going to take out the defending Royal Champ and also take out air defense and Eagle Artillery. Now, of course, what that also ends up doing is creating a nice little path, kind of just almost straight through the middle of the base from 6 till 12. King's going down. He's going to go down shortly. And the Town Hall will go down as well once that explosion goes off. King's health isn't too much. He's all really slow and buggered. Cannon's on him. Inferno's on him. Royal Champ's just taking out the Eagle on the right-hand side. Queen's going to take out a couple of more things. Her ability is still up the sleeve. Hasn't been used yet. And we've got nothing else down. Little wizard over on that right-hand side. So here come a couple of Lava Hounds with massive amounts of balloons with Grand Warden. And notice how quickly the minions got down for cleanup. Stone Slammer's down, just coming in with everything. It pathed over to the right-hand side. Don't think that was meant to happen, because the minion could easily have taken that out because it was an air attack, but nevertheless. Okay, first freeze used already on that Inferno. Tornado Trap's down. Now, I think this Lava Hound was probably used a little bit early. I think an extra balloon easily could have taken out this Archer Tower by itself, but it doesn't matter because that's the strength of this kind of attack. Grand Warden's ability is used already. We do have a Ground Expo. And it does make me wonder how long, if this attack keeps on getting used more and more often, how long before we start seeing all Expos put back up to air and therefore opening themselves up to other sorts of attacks. So ground Expos while everyone's doing the Yetis and the hybrid. And now that this is a very possibility of 3-starring bases at Town Hall 13, even if you're not really that great at doing LALO, then all Expos would have to come back to air. But you can see a good lot of balloons left. Grand Warden still up. Abilities being used. Pups, minions still up. Just going to take out that defending King before they get onto the rest of the weapons. And that's it. Game over for the base. We'll have one other look at this just to see how it all went now that you know what to look for. So we had the heroes on either side, right and left, and we had the ZAP in the middle taking out the CC. Now it doesn't matter what was in the CC, and we'll never know what was in the CC. I believe this may have been a fresh hit. Can't be 100% sure, but it doesn't really matter whatever was in the CC. If it was an Ice Golem that would have hung up dragons, if it was something that could have shot down things out of the air, maybe it could have been Headhunter troops or Inferno dragons or just normal dragons or who knows what it was, it doesn't matter. The CC's down, the Queen's down, so we don't even have to worry about the Queen. We don't need to worry about a poison. If you can get the Queen down with the CC destruction, 7 ZAPs with an Earthquake, and you can get the Queen down at the same time, then you don't need a poison for the Queen and you don't need a poison for the Clan Castle. You might need a poison for Skellies if you think Skellies are going to be that detrimental and put a hinder on your attack or make your attack fail. But maybe that really only applies to some hog attacks, but not always. There's always a way that you can sort of counteract the Skellies. And of course, if you've got a Royal Champ and you're doing hogs, it doesn't matter. The Royal Champ will take out the Skellies while they chase the hogs anyway. So that's just how the Royal Champ comes to play her part in a Skelly attack. But in an air attack, very seldom do you see the Skellies being the deciding factor on whether or not an air attack wins or loses. It's not like the old days where the dragons would chase ground Skellies halfway across the base. All that sort of pathing and AI of dragons has gone long by the wayside. We're not sort of subjected to that anymore. So as you can see, some air Skellies popped over here, or ground Skellies popped on the Queen. Lava Hounds popped already. One popped, one still up. It's going to go down very shortly with this single Inferno on it. There we go. There's the second. But now that the second is down, we've got a freeze on that Inferno and the scattershot that was in there. Grand Warden's ability doesn't need to be used for the Town Hall because the Town Hall's down, so you can save the Grand Warden's ability for something else. Freeze on the second scattershot. That Inferno will just take out some things one at a time. Now, at the moment, it looks like it's just zotted onto some balloons, but once the Grand Warden's ability is used, and it has been just used there, then it didn't really matter. Black bombs, red bombs, all those sorts of things, they can play a part while a wizard is in the area, or a scattershot, for example. If wizards and scattershots are both targeting a bunch of balloons and they get hit by red bombs, then that could be the end of the balloons. But in this case, it didn't matter. Even though the scattershot was still up, couldn't quite get everything, couldn't quite take out enough things, and even for someone that might not be very good at LALO, you can see this principle is pretty solid, bringing in a whole heap of balloons with 3 Lava Hounds and the Grand Warden to follow, and zapping out the middle of the base, leaving some freeze and some haste spells up, depending on what your combination is, if you want to bring up equal freeze, equal haste, or if you think that you want to go the other way. If you want to try and, for instance, if you just experimented with, say, 6 zaps and an earthquake, would that work for you? Depends on what you want to take out. If you want to leave the clan castle up, or you want to just focus on the eagle, or you want to do something else entirely. The fact you can bring in that many zaps with an earthquake and take out those major threats is what makes this a powerful attack. In any case, that's all I've got for this video. If you haven't tried out this sort of combo, do so. I recommend it. And if you've got any questions or comments about it, please leave them down below. If you like this sort of content and you want to see more, please subscribe to the channel. And as always, thanks for watching.